Hey guys, MrMoopig here back with another video, and today I have another redstone alternative for you all, and this one is not exactly a creation like my last one, but more or less of a mechanism that can be used in a ton of different situations for really a lot of different things. So, that's what we're going to be talking about today, but really quickly, if you have not seen my last redstone alternative video, be sure to check it out. I will leave an annotation on the screen now, or a link, and a link down in the description below if you're on mobile. So be sure to check that out if you have not seen it before. It's my functional restaurant here in MCPE. It's one of my favorite creations I've ever done. So be sure to tell me what you think on that, and then hop right back over here, because today we're going to be talking about randomizers. So, if you do not know what I mean when I say randomizer, it's fairly simple, very straightforward. Really all you do, or not all you do, all it is, I don't know why I decided to say you do, but what a randomizer is you have an input, and for this example we'll just use the input 1 through 4. So the digits 1, 2, 3, 4 is our input. And once you apply the randomizer mechanism to this input, it will give us a randomized, completely unpredictable output. So our output for this example of 1, 2, 3, 4 being the input, our randomized output could be anything from 2, 1, 3, 4 all the way to 4, 3, 2, 1, anything like that. Any possible combination of the input has an equal chance of being the randomized output, and that's really the underlying definition of what a randomizer is. So we're going to be talking about how to implement this little concept into Pocket Edition and why it's actually useful in many different situations. So here is the whole randomizer right here. As you can see, it's fairly simple setup. There's nothing too complex really at all. We've got 4 sheep carts. And when I say sheep cart, obviously I just mean there's a little sheep and a mine cart. So what happens is we've got not a mine cart, a mob spawner here in the middle. And once you move within 16 blocks of the mob spawner, it starts spawning. Oops, and I don't want to do it now. It starts spawning sheep, and in this case it will basically always spawn 2 sheep simply because there's already 4 sheep in there. That's really its max limit. So max limit, those are 2 exactly the same words. Why do I put this stuff together? I don't know. That's really its limit. I don't need that extra word. So yeah, you'll get 2 sheep out of there, and basically we're exploiting the random aspects of the game in order to make this randomizer. So that's really the only way to make the randomizer in Pocket Edition, is exploiting random aspects of the game into a way that we can actually deal with. And so that's exactly what we're doing when we're spawning, first of all, spawning off the sheep, because the sheep will spawn off at a random position outside of the mob spawner. I don't know why I keep wanting to say monster spawner and not mob spawner, so I keep messing my words up. So monster spawner, they will spawn in a random position around that. So it can either hit the sheep right off the bat, or if they don't hit one particular sheep, they will walk around until they hit one of the sheep carts, giving us our output, and they will travel on their little output rail. So as soon as I drop down here, which I'll go ahead and do it now, we'll spawn off 2 sheep, and these guys will spawn in a random position around this area. So in some cases, we get lucky and get a randomized out. Well, that one was super duper quick. We got an output right off the bat. So this one happened to be output 1 if we're labeling them numbers or anything like that. But as you can see, they randomly position themselves or spawn right outside to the right bottom corner here. And as soon as these sheep hit one of these mine carts, it automatically sends them down their output trail. So that gave us our output, and that's really the entire contraption, and it works just like that. Now you can leave it running if you'd like multiple outputs, but really I'm satisfied with just one output, really just for like the testing purposes and all that. But if you're looking for something else, really you can just leave it running, let them roam around for a little while longer, and you'll get different outputs once these guys run around for a little while longer. So in order to reset this, all you have to do is kill off the roaming sheep, and I would prefer to do it with a bow, simply because once you walk back over there, let's say you're trying to kill them with a sword or something, you'll start the monster spawner back up and they'll start spawning more sheep. And the reason you have to kill these guys is because if you don't, which you don't have to necessarily, but I would recommend doing that because it will leave you with biased results if you don't. What I mean by this is, let's say you have 2 sheep sitting over here in this corner that have just clicked this guy, and now your output is output 2. So you've got him and you want to reset it without killing off the sheep. You can push your guy back into his little position, but you have a biased output for the next run, simply because there's already 2 sheep in this position over here, and they are biased to this corner. So there's a higher chance of this sheep being the next randomized output because the sheep are already there. You have biased results when one output has a higher chance of being the randomized output than another one, if that makes any sense. So that's what bias is, and you've got to be careful with that. So that's why I suggest killing off those sheep. So we'll go ahead and give it another little test run here. And I gotta say, the only really downfall to this mechanism is the speed at which these sheep will actually roam around and click an output. The first one was super quick, and that's really the ideal situation. And but occasionally we don't get so lucky, and these guys will not click a sheep right off the bat. They'll roam around for a little bit until they find one, and then they'll get it. So it doesn't take a huge amount of time, but there's definitely a variation in the amount of time that it does take. That's the only thing I gotta say about the cons for this type of mechanism. So this is really another situation, or a situation what I just described. These guys might take a little while. Oh, okay. So that wasn't really was not that slow, but I'm okay with that. That speed of a reaction is alright with me. So anyway, that's really how it works. I hope you guys enjoyed the concept. I put quite a bit of thought into just trying to get this one to work, because as you can see, this map is filled with all kinds of crap. I actually broke a ton of the little test runs. This one's in particular, I was going to run over this, but I think it's kind of pointless because it's really huge and it was really bulky, and it's so inefficient. You have to completely reset the map if you'd like to reset it, if you would like to do the randomizer over again. So that's why I prefer this type of randomizer over all the other ones. I'm not even going to show this off, maybe in another time. All it does is it randomly makes one of these 3 walls fall. So you can do the same thing with this one if you hook it up. I just didn't. I want to show off the concept for just only the concept. So yeah, this one's bulky, maybe another time. But be sure to leave a like on this video if you enjoyed the concept, and subscribe for some more redstone alternatives coming very soon. Really quickly, just an update. I'm going to be gone here this entire next weekend, and then all through the next week until Thursday. So this video should be out Thursday. I can't imagine why it wouldn't be. So it's going to be another week before I'm actually home. So I'll try to schedule some videos, but if I'm not getting too like daily uploads out, basically is what I'm trying to say, you guys know why. So anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you all enjoy the concept. No map download on this one. I'm sorry. But that has been the video. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I will catch you all in the next one.